Munir, thank you so much for your time. How much confidence do you have in Donald Trump's peace plan?
Very little confidence. First of all, it is not a peace plan. It is simply a plan for exchange of prisoners, hopefully a ceasefire, which is not really guaranteed. I don't think calling it a peace plan is the right term for this, for this initiative. But more importantly, this plan is very far away from international law. You would expect something that would be called a peace plan to try as much as possible to comply with international law. But what we know is that the International Court of Justice has already issued an advisory opinion that provides that Israel needs to withdraw from the occupied Palestinian territory as soon as possible. Subsequently, the General Assembly has issued a resolution giving Israel a deadline of September 2025, which has already passed, to end its occupation in the occupied Palestinian territory. The International Court of Justice has also identified that the Israeli regime is based on racial segregation and apartheid. The Trump plan does not address all of these things. At the same time, Trump has used his veto power several times in order to shield Israel from any diplomatic pressure in the Security Council. Trump has sanctioned the International Criminal Court, an international court that is there to provide partial justice to victims of war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. Trump decided to sanction this court and to sanction Palestinian organizations that provide information to this court, and to sanction the Special Rapporteur, Francesca Albanese, the UN Special Rapporteur for the situation of human rights in the occupied Palestinian territory. So what Trump is doing is that he is moving the process away from international law, away from human rights law, away from international justice mechanisms, towards a situation where there is an extreme imbalance of power, which the United States is greatly contributing to. He's using threats. He is watching Palestinians falling under a genocide plan over 2 years. And the only message he has is, if you don't agree to my terms, you will be further destroyed, and Israel will be allowed to do whatever it wants.
Yes, Munir, does this,
genocide?
Munir, we're going to run out of time. Does this, what you're saying, indicate that actually President Trump doesn't care at all about a future Palestinian state? He only wants to end the fighting in Gaza, because many people say he only wants the Nobel Peace Prize. And another piece of evidence regarding his overall strategy may be the fact that he hasn't included Israeli violence in the occupied West Bank in the peace plan. He's even included a clause which says Israel will never attack Qatar again, but he doesn't mention the Israeli aggression in the occupied West Bank. If you don't include the occupied West Bank in a long-term peace plan, how will it ever work?
Maybe this is an important opportunity to send a message through TRT World to Mr. Trump. You cannot get the Nobel Peace Prize. I think it's very unlikely to get the Nobel Peace Prize at the time that you are sanctioning courts and sidelining international law while dealing with the situation here. A simple ceasefire, which we don't know how long it's going to last, that does not deal with the root causes of the conflict, the genocide, the war crime, the apartheid. If you're not dealing with these issues, you are actually only doing a very small contribution, and this will not be taken into account, in my opinion, for you to get a Nobel Peace Prize.
All right, Munir Nuseibah, thank you so much indeed for your time, Munir. I really appreciate the analysis. We just want to show you the